amazing guest. In fact, she's a strong. Look, to be a woman is not beans. It's not my mind. Let me say it the way my aunties would say it. It's not my mind. That means it's not moi moi. So she has been, a bit under the weather, but because of we out there, because of her being a strong person, and because of course she loves to talk to women like her, and to grace this opportunity, she decided to share her success story as to come all strong. But trust me, it's a journey for her, and we'll love to hear that. We have in the studio Grace Iwuala. Good afternoon. How you doing?
Very well.
You look glowy though, even though we know that it's
Thank God I don't look like what I'm
exactly. So how are you doing now? You feel much better?
I do, and thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
Well, we'll be having a lot to talk about definitely very soon, but we'll go for a short break first, and after that we'll take our first tip for the day. Then we come to the studio to of course listen to Grace's story, and then before then we'll be reading her profile so you get to know her properly. Do the honors of telling us who exactly Grace is.
Okay, Grace Iwuala is the founder. Sorry, did I pronounce that well?
Yes, please.
Okay. Grace Iwuala is the founder and CEO of Chaz Grill, a premium breakfast brand redefining wellness and indulgence through created breakfast experiences. Passionate about food, lifestyle, and intentional living, she's building a brand that transforms breakfast from a routine into a ritual of wellness, connection, and luxury. I love the last part. Luxury. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's talk about, when I saw the greets, I was like, wow, food. So first, let me just throw this out there. Are you a foodie, or are you just something you just like to make sure people eat well, like healthy eating?
I'm neither a foodie nor I don't love to cook. That's the funny thing.
No way.
Yeah, what I love is the connection food brings.
Oh.
So it's about bringing people together for me. And that's how I started my brand. I remember back in uni, I always look for a reason to host a house party. I, cook food, invite my friends over, we just hang out Friday nights. So that's what food means to me. Connection.
Food connection, food connection. Okay, I think I think food will give you good connection, because trust me, if you're going for a party or someone invites you to a party and you hear there's gonna be food. What are you doing? You clear your schedule. Oh, I have to be at that party. So yes, I totally agree. So tell us, what's the story? Because obviously we know that's not what you studied in school. So what was the transition? How did you transit, and why?
Okay, if we're going back to my academic background, I have a BSc in accounting.
Oh, wow.
I went on to study entrepreneurship and innovation management. So yes, I did know at the time I wanted to start a brand, a business. But I started my career in investment banking before I built Chaz Grill, because like I said, I always wanted to create a brand that brings people together. So that's why I started Chaz Grill. Yes, and for us, breakfast is the holy grail, but we've transitioned to creating experiences with food. So it's beyond breakfast for us. It's about creating environments where people can come together to bond, relax, network, and unwind, which is literally what breakfast is for us in the first place.
Yeah.
So yes.
So how was it for you having to study accounting and decide to go into that? Did you just totally abandon the accounting and just decide to go into that? And how was it easy? How did you do it?
Okay, so it's a transferable skill, the accounting bit. It's not a wasted knowledge. Like nothing learned is wasted. Because now I'm keeping my books as it is.
Of course,
I have some background knowledge that helps me keep my books and maintain certain practices. But starting my business, it's not something that I knew I was going to do. I just knew I was going to run a business. I didn't have any idea what it was going to be from the get-go. I'm not going to say that, right? In fact, it was a process. I had started a food delivery service, Pantry Express, where I go shopping for my customers. I buy groceries for them and deliver to their homes. That didn't work out.
Oh.
Timing, logistical challenges, and at the time I was also running a 9 to 5, so it wasn't feasible at the time. I had rented a shop that I was paying rent for. It wasn't expensive. It was 100K per annum at that time. And when I stopped the grocery delivery business, I was still paying rent for the place
Oh, really?
because I didn't know what else I wanted to do. I was just in between. I was like, okay, what's the next step for me? Like, I was still going through a process. And my mentor then was like, okay, are you done with this business thing, Grace? Is this? And it was the question I had to like ponder
Ask
on,
yourself,
like,
yeah.
okay, what's next? And I was given a task to go around the locale of where my shop is located and find out what services or products I could, cater to the people within that my shop area. And I did that, and nothing clicked. At least I literally took a 1 hour walk. I literally walked around the area, and on my way home, I noticed a shawarma guy right in the corner. And I thought, okay, I mean, that's an idea. I could do shawarma. In fact, I love sandwiches. And I thought, because I lived on sandwiches during my uni days.
Okay.
So I thought, oh, okay. I mean, I could do sandwiches. Shawarma could be a street thing, but I could make it more, I could add a twist to it and
Make
serve
it more
it to a
interesting.
certain, yes.
Okay.
We started our menu with shawarma and sandwiches, breakfast sandwiches. But over time, we sort of found our niche, which is catering to professionals, executives. And this is from my experience working in investment banking, because a lot of time we get so busy, we forget to even have breakfast. So that was where we found a core that we could narrow down our product, our services to. So yeah, and we've been in operation for over 3 years, and I'm glad to say we've served over 3,000 executives.
Oh,
We've
wow.
served breakfast to over 3,000 executives. We've catered both corporate and social events. So yes,
Wow.
That's
3,000.
amazing.
That's amazing. That's a big deal.
it is.
So how was it for you, the funding? Being an accountant to graduate, I know you didn't just wake up one morning and you put the money somewhere and you started a business, and your staff, how did you, incorporate the staff part? The marketing strategy, how was it? How did you put all of that together?
So at least the idea for me was to stay lean. Lean being that what resources are available to me. How
Okay.
did I leverage that instead of going overboard beyond what resources
You
my
have.
yes. So family and friends, I was able to pull funds from family and friends just to start, get my equipment, get the necessary infrastructure to set a kitchen, and we also run online. So we are an online kitchen that limited a lot of expenses
Yeah.
that we would have incurred if we were running a walk-in restaurant. So yeah, and somehow it works for us. Running as an online kitchen. To today, we still maintain that
The
format.
online.
Yes.
So I'm sorry before you ask a question. So something came to my mind now. It's a different thing when I feel like it's a different thing when you sell wares or you sell footwears, clothes, however it is. But when it comes to cooking, first people have this or
The visual.
yeah, the visual has to be there, and excuse me, even if there is the visual, some people are like, but how does it taste? Sometimes you see some food are looking so fine. I mean, so fine. But once you take a taste, in fact, it ruins other people's businesses immediately, because the next time you see a nice food, be like, as that used to be fine,
Fancy
it's not sweet.
and decoration.
You understand? So how were you able to do all of that online? Was it that maybe, I don't know, what did you do? How did you, were you able to convince people and, keep, aside from the referrals, before the referrals came, how were you able to build that customer, services? Okay.
So yeah, like you said, there were a lot of referrals, and we also pride ourselves in what we put out there. I don't think we have a lot of bad reviews. We don't have a lot of bad reviews for our sandwiches. Anyone who's had, even persons who haven't had sandwiches before, when they try it, they're like, okay.
Yes, nice.
And what we did was to try to go out a lot more, exhibitions, trade fairs.
Okay.
That's how we engage with our customers since we're an online kitchen, right? So we try to go for about 3 to 4 exhibitions in a quarter for people to like see us, attach a face to the brand, and also try our food and give live feedback as opposed to giving feedback online.
Okay.
So that's also how we put ourselves out there.
Amazing. Okay.
Amazing. So I'm going to ask you questions pertaining to marketing, because trust me, I know how difficult it can be when it comes to marketing a food brand.
Yes.
Yes. I think a friend of mine owns a food online food brand, and she sells similar stuff as you do: sandwiches, burgers, chicken wraps, finger food, essentially. So, it's been very difficult for her to get like to supply to companies. She has written proposals, done this, done that, met this person, met, but none of it is actually working. So what strategy do you use and you feel like could also work for persons in this line of business?
Okay, I think for us, what we did was first identify our customer persona. Like I
Okay.
said, we are a breakfast brand that caters executives. Now, that being said, an executive is not going to spend. You're not going to find them on Instagram. You're not going to find them on TikTok. So where are you going to find your customers? So for us, we do a lot of traditional marketing in the sense that we go to where our customers, we're going to find our customers, networking events, corporate events, where we can speak to MDs, we can speak to CEOs, C-level executives, because those are our ideal targets. So we have business cards available, we're having conversations, we're telling them what our brand can do for them. We're not just selling the products, we are selling value.
Value.
So how about I deliver your breakfast to you before 9 a.m.? So I'm selling ease. I'm selling you can outsource your breakfast to me and be rest assured that you're not going to go into a meeting hungry again. So I go where my customers are and I market to them.
Amazing. Traditional marketing.
Yes.
Okay. Now I'm going to ask you on your menu. What was it like? What do you have aside sandwiches and shawarma, like you earlier mentioned?
So breakfast meals, so sandwiches, salads. We had our breakfast chop, which we introduced late last year, which is our ideal small chops. But we try to customize it for breakfast. So you have potato balls instead of your puff puff.
Oh.
You have sausage rolls. You have French toast and a piece of chicken. So these are our own alternative to the small chops lover,
Yeah.
right? And primarily just breakfast menu. That's what we have. We don't do lunch. It's is our way of staying true to our niche, staying true to our USP, right? But outside of that, we cover events. So we launched our breakfast cards earlier this year that allows us to stay true to the food experience they were trying to create. What the breakfast card does is it can be customized to any event. It can be customized to any menu. I can set it up as a charcuterie cart. I could run a live shawarma station with a cart. I could use it for a fruit bar. It can be customized to anything. So it allows us to bring food to our guests and they are involved in the cooking process. So imagine where I lay an array of ingredients in front of you and you select what you prefer in your meal and I cook it right in front of you. So it's the food experience bit that we are driving that allowed us to create that.
Have you thought of adding African burger? What did you call it this morning?
Yeah, I think it's beans Akara burger.
Akara burger.
Okay, that's chef in the morning. I've never seen that thing before, but trust me, chefs, they always have different things to how they cook. Now, this is blending beans, the normal way you blend your beans, not in powder form, in the normal water form. And of course, you put your bread, your slice of bread, or whatever it is, you soak it, you spray it all over, and make sure it touches everything you fry.
Okay. I mean, we've experimented with plantain because we had the plantain event we attended earlier this year, March.
Okay.
We used plantain to make bread dough.
Oh.
Yes, so we boiled the plantain, mashed it, use it to make the bread, and then we fry egg that we put in between the dough.
That's
so,
creativity.
So a lot of people enjoyed it. We did it particularly for that event. It's not on our menu, but the feedback was amazing.
Of course, it has to be.
It was amazing.
Well, not everybody is comfortable eating sandwiches.
Having that is healthy. It's more healthy than the sandwich that has all the So that's amazing. For bringing back the memory again, we're starting all over again. Anyway, now you were responding to her questions on that. Do you have more questions to ask as regards that?
No,
for now. Okay, so let me move on to the aspect of the things that a lot of people are probably scared about when they have to start businesses like this. Because I've seen a lot of people who started this business, and trust me, in less than 6 months or a year, you find out that they've moved out of that place. They are no more there. And when you ask them, like, oh, it's not moving there, they now start moving from one location to another to another. So what have you noticed that has kept your business in place for 3 years and you've not decided to want to move location or want to change from, being a chef? You decide to stay there. So what are the don'ts that people want to go into this business and doing it and want to stay longer, and what are the you must do? So it's like the do's and the don'ts.
Okay, I don't know if this will work for everyone. I'm just going to say what applies to me or what I did. Like I said, it's looking at your resources.
Oh, okay.
Keeping your costs clean. A lot of people go into shops, designing it, spending millions of naira to set up a decor that is aesthetically pleasing, which is well and good. I mean, people like where they can come in and take content. It's good for content, right? But you're paying rent. You're also paying there are other expenses that would come with maintaining that location. So running an online kitchen for me, it cuts off a lot of those costs. It cuts off majorly all of those costs because you have to maintain, you have to maintenance cost alone, because check how often you have to repaint or when you have to fix lightings and all that. So it's deciding what I want my operational cost to be like, and then working around. So I'm not going to spend more than I'm bringing in.
Okay.
So if I'm earning 500k a month and I'm running a bill that's 700k a month,
that's a
it's even do you understand? So people they go with the paparazzi, they go with the flash. Oh, I'm a CEO. I want to be a business owner, right? And you go out there and you make all these expenses, but the cash flow is not coming.
It's not coming.
I mean, let's be realistic. So there will come a time, possibly, I could have a physical location, but I'm not making that money yet. So it's a gradual thing. People should understand that entrepreneurship is a journey, right? It's knowing this is where my capacity is and I operate within that box. Once I upgrade to the next level, I can move, and then gradually, you could see us tomorrow, Charles Grill will have a very massive shop. You wonder, where has this brand been? Did you just come up? You forget that I was inside a 2-bed kitchen, cooking and hustling, and today you're just seeing me with a physical location. And so it's being humble and growing, allowing yourself to grow phase by phase.
Oh, great, amazing. So that's the don'ts, right? So how about the do's? Like what you must do to thrive in this business, or to thrive rather in this business? Yes.
Okay, the do's will be I would say understanding your brand or what you are for. A lot of times I see chefs, and this is not me casting anybody, but you see chefs that cook everything, and I don't have anything against it, right? If it's breakfast, they can do lunch, dinner. They will do intercontinental, whether they have experience in it or not, whether they have the capacity or not, because it's also the resources are available to run all various types of food. Any guest that comes to you and say, "Oh, I want this sort of," and you say you can do it, whether you have the capacity or not, you go into it, you don't deliver. It's a negative mark on your brand. Do you understand? Right now, I don't I don't do lunch, not because I cannot. I don't have the capacity, and I also know the service I want to provide.
Right.
It's breakfast, so I stay true to it, and everything I do is centered around it. So it's knowing your niche, being focused on getting the customers that are within that space, and building a brand around there. Now, last week we launched a second brand. I launched a second brand called Supple Vacay Photo Booth.
Okay.
Because we're an experienced brand, so we've said to ourselves, how can we, within this space of creating experiences for people, what can we do differently? So that's how we came about the photo booth. It's a vintage inspired photo booth, self-operated, and what it does is allow people to take, it's like a selfie stick, but set up in a booth.
Okay.
So while we are cooking, our guests are having fun.
Wow.
That's the idea. It's experience, right? So it's still finding things around what your core philosophy is, your brand philosophy is, and every additional business or brand you create is there's a handshake, right? I'm not going to go and start a clothing business from cooking food. They are worlds apart. Even when I'm having conversations, it will be difficult to connect. Oh, I cook food and I'm running a fashion business. So I don't know if there's any takeaway from that. It's having
A focus.
a philosophy that, oh, this is the mark I want to make. This is the impact I want to make with the brands that I build.
Okay. Resting part of having to start this business till now, the most interesting, was it you? I don't know. Maybe preparing a special, like the one you already shared, but that one is already going. You have to share another interesting part. And that I know you already shared one, but let's hear another one. Interesting. That you were not even expecting it to be that way, but it turned out to be amazing. What was the experience like? Which one of them?
So I think the most interesting thing that happened for my brand was an annual wellness event that we started. We started this last year, and this year we had our second edition, and I'm grateful for that because it wasn't planned. I mean, I wanted to delay it to next year, but God willing, we were able to have the second edition this year, and the turnout was good, and it was a confirmation on the path that we've taken. It's called the Late Night Breakfast Series, and it's a wellness hangout for executives, for founders, and senior level managers, where you will relax, unwind, and network in a very with a picnic setting. So we make it a picnic setting where everyone is seated on a blanket, very cozy, and you would ask yourself, why would imagine seeing an executive sitting on the ground, like? But that's the idea, to come out of your shop, to come out of your big office and dip your feet in the grass, because there are not a lot of opportunities for them to do that.
Yeah.
So we try to create that environment where they can unwind and possibly have conversations around their next quarter, because it's a quarter. We want to do it as a quarterly event. So yeah, that's something that we did this year that I'm really proud of. Yeah.
Yes, I think I love that. I love the fact whereby, because it's more like too much seriousness, too much corporate, too much thinking, project, answer, solution providing. But here you are, don't provide solutions. Just have fun, unwind, breathe again.
And eat food.
And eat food.
Good food. Good food.
Good food. I love that one. Anyway, it's been so much fun having you in the studio. But before that, can you tell us your social media handles so that people can reach out to you?
Yes, please. You can find us at Charles Grill. That's spelled CHARZGRILL. On Instagram, TikTok. We're also on LinkedIn. Then the photo booth brand, Sopobeke Photo Booths. We're currently running a promo on that because our launch is on November 1. But we're running some collaborations this month. And we'll be doing a 50% discount for the period.
Okay.
All right. Yes.
Thank you so much. I hope they will reach out to you. Definitely they are watching because we've been talking about food all day. I hope we didn't make you hungry. Well, it's afternoon. You could go take your lunch.
Yes.
But anyway, thank you so much for being on the show. I hope you enjoy the program.
I did.
You did.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. You're welcome.